Hey everyone, it's Marvette from Brag Differently, where I teach women and a few men how to earn, save, invest, live, and thrive in a global world through a multitude of platforms to include blogging, as well as creating income through e-commerce sites such as Etsy. So today's episode is going to be all about setting up a new Etsy store. I'm going to walk you through start to finish in getting your Etsy store set up. I am going to include a link below that will give you up to 40 free listings. So make sure you use the link below so that you can take advantage of the 40 free listings. Etsy normally charges 20 cents per listing. So every time you add a new product, you get charged 20 cents. So this will save you a little bit of coin. So okay, make sure you use the link below. Let's go ahead and jump right in. The page that you want to be on is etsy.com/sale. Etsy.com/sale. And when you use the link, it should take you directly to this page. So this is the page you will be on. Then you want to click on Get Started. I've already created a new email address. One of the things you need to know is that you can have more than one store on Etsy. However, every store has to have a separate email address. All the other information could be the same across all of your stores, but for every store you have on Etsy, you have to have a separate email address. So we are going to set up, I think I did 1619 collective.@gmail. Hit continue. And it's just asking me to fill in my name. And we're going to put in a password. Boom. So you saw how easy that was. 1619 collective@gmail.com. Put in my first name, put in the password, and we are going to register. All right. So now we are on a Get Started page. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure this phone is turned off. Millions of shoppers can't wait to see what you have in store. Click on Get Started. Welcome, Marvette. This is the page that comes up. Let's do this. What brings you to Etsy? I'm just getting started. I have a business and want to sell online for the first time. I want to expand my online business by selling on Etsy too. So I'm going to select that one. And then we're going to hit next. Is there anything you'd like help with? You guys can kind of go through this and deciding what to sell, shop naming and branding, selling online, taking photos. I'm going to say skip this question. Now it's time for the fun part. Start your shop. Shop preferences. As you guys can see, this is the page that will come up. And in my case, I'm going to select English, United States, and the United States dollar as well. If you are in a different country, select your appropriate country. Hit save and continue. And you want to name your shop. Make sure that what you name your shop is in fact what you want to name your shop. So in this case, I am going to call it 1619 It shows that the name is available, 1619 Collective. Hit save. Well, let's make it 16. Well, no, we want it to be 1619 Collective. I'll show you something else in a second. Save and continue. Now, it is automatically going to bring you to a create a listing, right? As though you're ready to go. I normally put a dummy item up there. So I've already created and saved a folder called Etsy Test. It is 2000 by 2000 pixels. So please remember that when you are uploading your images, the best image size to upload to Etsy is going to be 2000 by 2000 pixels. So you can add multiple pictures, of course, but for the purpose of setting up your store, we're just going to show one picture. If you had a video, you definitely could upload videos, and I will show you a platform, which I will include in the links below, where you can actually upload your pictures and things. When you see all these sites and you're like, oh, these people are, paying to have models do their clothing. No, we really aren't. So I'll show you that hack as well. So what are you going to call your product? Let's just call this one, we'll call it a 1619 collective bundle. Uh-oh. Let's go back. Take that out. Collective bundle. It's asking me who made it. I'm going to say I did. What is it? Is it a finished product? Is it a supply to? So I'm going to say it's a finished product. When did you make it? It is, we'll just say that it is made to order. And it is going to be a digital, we'll just say it's a digital print. So the category popped up and we'll say digital prints. We don't have a primary color. We don't have a secondary color. You could choose a width and a height. I'm not going to choose any of that. Home style optional. When you get in here, you can kind of take a look. So if it was, first birthday, for baby showers, you could definitely select all of these options. And it's kind of how Etsy then puts your product within their database, and they know that, hey, this particular item is relevant to baby showers or to a child's first birthday. So take a look and go through and see what you can, if it makes sense, then definitely select one of these additional items. I don't have any of that. You could put it in a room. So as you guys see, there's quite a few additional items that you can use. Now pay attention to the renewal options, right? So you'll see that this listing will renew for 20 cents. And I believe the renewal period is every 4 months or so. You can select manual, and you can also select automatic. So I just leave mine on automatic. Then you need to select for your product. Is it going to be physical, or is it going to be a digital file? So if you select digital, you would also put in your description, and I'm just going to say like this. This is a digital bundle of artwork of 1619 quotes. Add a production partner. Now, this is where if you're going to do print on demand using an app like Printful, or even I think the other one is Printify. There's several different companies you could use. I happen to use Printful. So this is where you would add in your new production partner. And I'm going to call my production partner Magic Partner. I already know that they are located in Charlotte. They are in Charlotte, North Carolina, and my partner adds the magic and ships out my final items. Why are you working with this partner? I need help meeting demand for the product. Do not overthink all of this. What is the role in the design process? So I design everything, but get technical help, pattern making, etc. So I can say that I get technical help because for my t-shirts and mugs and things, Printful does all of that for me. I upload my designs. Someone places an order on Etsy, and then Printful steps in and handles the order. They make the product. They ship it out to my clients. What is the partner's role in the production process? They make a component. So I'm going to say they create a finished product that I then alter or customize. They make a component of my product, which they make a component of my product. So hit save partner. In this case, I think I had selected digital product to begin with. So in this case, they actually don't even participate with me. But I went ahead from Jump Street was to add in the information about my partner. If this was a mug or a t-shirt that I was uploading, then I would select the option for my magic partner. But in this case, I'm saying that it's going to be a digital product. Tags is where you could put in shape, color, style. I think this is self-explanatory. And then if you had materials, you could put this in. Now, keep in mind, if this was a t-shirt or a mug, and even not even just with a t-shirt or a mug, but your tags are, so let's say that this was Black art and it was about the civil rights. I would put in like civil rights. I could put in Black Power. I could put in 1619. Or if this was, say, a quote by Harriet Tubman, then I would put in, Harriet Tubman. So you have 13 items altogether that you can put in here. And as you can see, that's where that goes. So my pricing, I'm going to say that this item is going to be $4.99. You always have to put in a quantity. You can't put in 0. So in this case, I would just tell you guys, hey, say that you're only going to sell 20 of this particular print. So, because you can always come back and change the numbers. Your SKU is optional, and I know when I pull items over from Printful, there's always this long SKU number in there, and you can definitely use that number. Your clients, when they're looking at Etsy, they are not going to see any of this information, so you can make your SKU number whatever you want to make your SKU number. And I do suggest that you probably come up with a naming scheme so that as you're going back through or you need to find something, you know what SKU number you reference. People also have the ability to personalize items. So if this is an item that could be personalized, say it's a mug and they can put the child's name on it, then this is where you would select the option for personalization. So if it doesn't apply, just leave it off. So I selected digital files, so you selected made to order above. You'll create the files after purchase, then upload them and complete the order. Learn more about made to order download. So that's another process. So because I selected digital files, then I'm not going to have the option for all of the additional pricing as far as the shipping and everything. So let's go back and change this from a digital file to a physical file and see if it has uploaded. Yes, so now you can see if this was an item you were making at home, you would need to put in fill in all of this information. Even if you're using Printful, you still need to fill in this information. So let's just say I always put 5 to 7 business days. You will not catch me slipping, thinking that you need to get your item in 2 days, and Printful ends up taking 5 to 7 days. They normally don't, but from Jump Street, I put in 5 to 7 business days, and people have always received their stuff within a few days. Where I'll ship, United States and worldwide is the default. I'm going to leave it here. I leave this the same. I'm not giving them free shipping, and I'm not giving them free international shipping. So we're just going to hit save as a shipping profile. Let's see, default shipping. Now, I don't have an item size, so I'm just going to put in, and the reason I just plug in a number, we're just going to say that it's 5 inches by 12 inches and that the height is 2. Because in all actuality, unless you are shipping these items, from your home, and it's something that, that you're creating at home, then if it's a print on demand using a service like Printful, then Printful is going to tell you what they're going to charge you from Jump Street. Uh-oh, sorry guys. Turn that off. All right, so you can come back and apply a simple policy, or you can create a policy. You can always come back and add information to this. Of course, with digital products, guess what? Once they download them, unless the file is corrupted for some reason, then we don't give out refunds. It's completely up to you, but they've already gotten the product. So make sure if you're going to sell digital products that you have really good products, and then nobody wants to return your product. So we're just going to apply simple product. Length should be the O. So they're making me change this. Let's move my little person up. Save and continue. Now, this is weird, but I always get this, so don't let this concern you. It always, something always pops up, right? So we're just going to say 3 pounds. That's kind of giving you a preview. I ignore all of that, and I'm going to hit save and continue. All right, great job on your first listing. So how to get paid. I don't want to add any more listings at this point because we just want to get your store set it up. We're going to go to do this later. We want to tell it how you'll get paid. For tax purposes, what type of seller are you? We're just going to say individual, but you could select business, right? So I'm going to tell it that I am in the United States. Here's my first name. You got to fill in all this information. Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had to take a quick break so that I could input credit card information, social, all of that wonderful good stuff that you guys did not need to see. So I will tell you what took place. It then asked for my additional information so that I could input my bank account information in terms of where Etsy can charge my account for the 20 cents. So when we stopped, we had to input information on where do you want Etsy to send your money. That was one step. And then the next step was to input your bank account or debit card information as it pertained to where do you want Etsy to build the listing information too. So as it pertains to every time you list, remember I said that Etsy charges 20 cents. That's why you need to use the link below so that you can get 40 free listings. The next page after that, you hit continue, and then it's going to send you a text message to verify the phone number. You then enter the code from the text message. Then you hit continue again. In the last page then becomes your Etsy codes. So it's going to give you a page where you can download your Etsy codes. I will assume that these codes are put in place in case you end up losing access to your Etsy account. You would be able to use one of these codes. So make sure you save these codes somewhere on your computer. You hit complete, continue, and boom. This is the page that it then routes you back to. If for some reason along the way, excuse me, because I've had this issue happen before, when I went to input my account information and it had to verify my account through my email, you see an error. You can always log out of your Etsy account and log back in, and it will pretty much take you back to the step that you were at while you're setting up your Etsy account, or you end up in your dashboard. And if you go to your main Etsy page, next to your picture, you should see a little shop icon that looks like this. If you click on that, that will bring you to this page, which is your shop manager. And as you guys can see, we haven't sold anything because we are just getting started. So you officially have an Etsy store set up. You are done in terms of setting up your Etsy store. You do still need to go in, of course, and set up your banner and all of that wonderful good stuff. But guess what? I am going to do a completely separate. Should I do a separate one? Let's see. Well, let's take a look real quick because I don't want this to be a long, drawn out one. Nope, I can show you this. So if I had not already added this up here, this would be blank and it would be asking you to add your banner. All you do is click on the little edit button, and then you could upload a new banner. But we already have a banner, so we're going to leave that alone. So we'll just hit the cancel button, but I could upload a new banner. When you are in Canva, it will give you the size of the banner. So everything is literally done for you. You can plug in new pictures. You can lay it out how you want to lay it out. Again, guys, do not make this overly complicated. Let the system and use the tools. Let it work for you. It's already done for you. So you can upload your banner. You want to add your information. Everywhere there's an edit button, you can edit. So as you guys see, the one item that we did add is still here, and we're going to update that and actually go back in and add real products and everything to the 1619 collective. Okay. If you were giving out your shop information or your link to someone, you could give them this etsy.com/shop/ the name of your store. What I recommend that people do is purchase an actual domain name. It is a lot easier to tell someone, go to 1619collective.com, 1619collective.net, whatever your domain name is, and then forward that domain name to your Etsy store. So my other Etsy store is blackgirlmagicco.com. When people go to that domain name, it automatically routes them to my Etsy store. It is a lot easier to remember that domain name than it is to try and tell someone etsy.com/shop/ the name of your Etsy store. So I hope that just made sense. So consider, a domain name will run you $9.99 for the year. It is so worth it. Okay. Because that is then going to be what you promote to people so they can get to your Etsy store a lot easier. So we are going to go and view the shop. And this is basically, if somebody was coming to your Etsy store, this is what they would see. Right now, we don't have a ton of products on here, of course. But you can always go and look at anyone else's Etsy store just to give you an idea, if you're not super familiar with Etsy, that if we went to minimalistic, then boom, this is what their store looks like. So they're selling jewelry. If we were looking for, say, digital, let's go to this one. If we were looking for digital art, you can go up here to Arts Prince Galicia. I think that's what that says. They've had over 11,000 sales. Here's what their store looks like. Etsy gives you all the details on everything. You cannot fake the funk on Etsy because it's going to show you everything, right? They've had over 11,000 sales. She is a star seller. She has 242 products on her website. You can definitely go in and set up categories, which I would definitely tell you to do. So all the information is here. Study your competition and see, what is your competition doing? What's your competition doing? Don't overthink it. You can create images that look like this as well, put them on your Etsy store, and sell them for $9.90 as well, okay? So don't overthink it. A lot of this stuff is stuff that is already out there done for you. You just need to figure out, what do you want to sell on your Etsy store? So I will do a completely separate video that is all about print on demand and how I use print on demand and Printful to actually do my other store, which I'll show you guys this real quick, and then we're going to pull this video down for a close, or round this video up and this video so we can move on. That store is called Black Girl Magic Co. Let's see. Ooh, well, that usually it will pull up the whole store, but let me put in just 1619. That normally gets me to my store. Here we go. So on my own store, because I have several Etsy stores, this is my main store. I have over 112 sales. I've made over $3,600 on this store. But this is what my other store looks like. So you see the banner up here. I have 75 products. It shows you, what my different categories are. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm in the process of creating a separate Etsy store that is just for 1619 products. So that was the 1619 collective store that we just set up. So I'll kind of transition my products from that are 1619 related over to that store. And then I'll end up using Black Girl Magico to do something completely different. I just want to have them separated out. So again, here's my store. I've made over $3,600 on the store to date. I have over, 112 sales. Here's what I always share with people. And don't ever get discouraged. Everybody started with one item and one sale. At some point in time, we all had to upload our first item, and we all had our first sale. And here I am, 112 items later. So I'm telling you, this is a good way to make additional income. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As I indicated, I will put the links for everything down below. Make sure you use the links that I'm sharing with you. And I will do a follow-up video. If you have any questions, I'll leave contact information as well. So you can always reach out to me if you have questions, and hopefully I'll be able to get you the answers and make this process as smooth as possible. So until next time, thanks so much, guys. Thank you.